Welcome to Tesla Shorts Time, daily episode 513. Patrick here in Vancouver. It's June 17th, 2026. Let's dive into today's Tesla news. New Jersey legislation could block true driverless cars, and Tesla is urging owners there to push back before it advances. Tesla emailed owners in New Jersey asking them to oppose Senate Bill S1677 and Assembly Bill A3968. The bills would create a 3-year autonomous vehicle pilot but impose restrictions that make unsupervised robotaxi operations effectively illegal. Tesla noted that autonomy could have prevented nearly 600 road deaths in the state last year. The company is framing the effort as necessary to keep New Jersey competitive in transportation innovation. Watch for whether the legislation advances in Trenton in the coming weeks. The Boring Company commissioned its second Proof-Rock machine, Proof-Rock MB2, for the Music City Loop project in Nashville. The addition effectively doubles boring capacity under Nashville streets. Work continues on the initial tunnel segment connecting the airport area. This second machine marks a concrete step up in daily tunneling output for the project. Local crews are now running parallel operations rather than relying on a single machine. Observers are watching how quickly the paired machines can advance the first segment toward operational use. Yesterday, we discussed the latest on cybercab regulatory timelines, and this New Jersey development adds another layer to those open questions around unsupervised approval paths. While regulators debate autonomy rules on the East Coast, Tesla's hardware roadmap for those same systems keeps advancing. Tesla's next-generation AI5 inference chip has completed its tape-out milestone. That step marks a key point toward volume production intended for unsupervised FSD and Optimus workloads. The in-house design allows tighter integration with vehicle architecture than off-the-shelf alternatives would permit. This development forms part of the broader shift toward handling larger AI compute demands. South Korea let an EV purchase tax incentive expire, raising prices for most models. Tesla vehicles qualify for different treatment under existing rules, giving them a relative price advantage. Local analysts expect the change to shift some buyer consideration toward Tesla in the second half of the year. The policy shift removes a broad subsidy that had applied across multiple brands. Tesla's qualification under separate existing provisions leaves its pricing relatively stable. Fleet and retail buyers are now recalculating total cost of ownership with the new tax treatment in place. Remember, we last checked in on HW5 and AI5 progress back in episode 510, and today's tape-out moves that program one stage closer to the integration questions we have been tracking. Hardware progress matters, but real-world certification hurdles remain visible elsewhere. Greater Manchester Police seized a Cybertruck after determining the vehicle did not meet United Kingdom road requirements. Officers cited legitimate concerns about compliance with local regulations. The incident underscores ongoing certification challenges for Tesla vehicles outside North America. No broader fleet implications have been stated yet. Mobileye plans to operate autonomous cabs using its own self-driving technology starting in 2027. The Intel subsidiary already supplies systems to Volkswagen's MOIA service. The move puts the company in direct competition with other robotaxi developers rather than remaining a pure supplier. Deployment will begin with vehicles equipped entirely with Mobileye hardware and software. The company is shifting from component sales toward operating its own fleet in the United States. Regulators and partners will be watching how the transition from supplier to operator affects existing contracts. Certification friction shows up in passenger trucks, while commercial deployments continue quietly on the freight side. ArcBest took delivery of a pair of Tesla Class 8 trucks for its ABF freight division. The vehicles will operate in regular service alongside diesel units. ArcBest has not disclosed further expansion plans yet. The 2 units mark the company's first confirmed Tesla Semi placements in daily freight operations. Drivers and dispatchers will collect real-world data on range, charging, and payload performance. Fleet managers at other carriers are monitoring these early runs for indications of reliability at scale. Multiple Tesla semis carrying Costco livery were seen on roads near Phoenix. The sightings suggest the retailer may be preparing a larger electric truck fleet for regional distribution. No official announcement from either company has been made. The trucks appear to be in testing or pre-service configuration. Local observers noted consistent routing around distribution centers in the area. Any broader rollout would likely depend on how these initial vehicles perform in Arizona's climate and highway network. A slightly stretched Model Y variant was photographed during testing on public roads in California. The longer version is currently produced only at Gigafactory Shanghai. Early validation work appears underway ahead of a possible United States introduction later this year. Elon Musk has described the timeline as still uncertain. BYD has begun deploying its own chargers across Europe. The network is intended to support growing BYD sales and reduce reliance on third-party infrastructure. Expansion is positioned as a competitive response to Tesla's supercharger footprint. Sites are appearing in countries where BYD vehicle registrations have increased recently. The move gives the Chinese automaker direct control over at least some fast-charging access for its customers. European operators will be watching whether the network stays exclusive or opens to other brands over time. Product updates continue even as competitors sharpen their own crossover plans. Patent drawings show Lucid's upcoming Cosmos crossover positioned as a roughly $50,000 mass-market vehicle. The model is expected to launch by the end of this year and will serve as Lucid's first high-volume offering. It is sized to compete directly with the Model Y and the upcoming Rivian R2. Apple is building a hardware bridge that would allow wireless CarPlay integration in vehicles without traditional head units. Tesla has long declined native CarPlay support. If successful, the development could remove one of the remaining technical objections some buyers cite. The system would rely on an external module rather than requiring changes to the vehicle's main display architecture. Early reports suggest the bridge is still in development and not yet deployed in production vehicles. Any availability would depend on both Apple completing the hardware and aftermarket or factory adoption. While new rivals prepare volume crossovers, Tesla's own factory and autonomy efforts keep drawing scrutiny from regulators. European regulators are reviewing whether Tesla's full self-driving submissions overstated collision avoidance performance in filings. The questions center on how intervention and crash data were presented. Tesla has not yet issued a public response to the specific concerns. Vertical integration remains Tesla's core manufacturing advantage, extending now from vehicle production into autonomy silicon design. By keeping stamping, casting, and pack assembly under one roof, the company removes layers of supplier margin that rivals still carry. The same logic now applies to the AI5 chip, where in-house design lets Tesla co-optimize silicon with the vehicle harness and training systems. Yet every added internal process must maintain high yield, or the theoretical cost edge disappears until the issue is resolved. That discipline across multiple factories is harder to replicate than any single patent or machine. Before we go, keep an eye on whether the New Jersey Bills see further movement in Trenton over the next few weeks. That's your Tesla news for today. TSLA closed at $404.66, down $6.49, 1.6%. If you found this useful, a rating or review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify really helps new listeners find the show. You can also find us on X at Tesla Shorts Time. I'm Patrick in Vancouver. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow. And before you go, this show is part of the Nara Network, a family of daily podcasts covering tech, science, markets, and more. If you enjoyed today's episode, give Planetarian Daily a listen. Daily breakthroughs in science, health, and longevity. You can explore the whole lineup at nearnetwork.com. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.